Monster Stage mid-range.
It's mid-range.
Alright. That's what Jonathan Wright says. That's what we're going with. And we are off into tonight's quarterfinal feature match. Featuring on the left, Garrett Meadows, who we saw earlier tonight, playing a red-white-black mid-range deck. Kind of a controlling deck. Lots of removal, Desecration Demon, Boros Reckoner, and Blood Baron of Vizkopa. His opponent... And the what? Obsidat. Yeah, he has 2 copies of Obsidat in the main. And his opponent is none other than Mr. Dave Snow. Do not adjust your TV sets. He is playing Mountains. Just one Mountain, it seems. But he is on mono red.
I like 2 main. It's really good.
Dreadbore a dude. And then pass back. So let's see if Dave can come up with a second land here. He's on mono Fire Drinker plan. There's a Cackler unleashed. We talked about this a little bit earlier tonight. The mono red decks of current standard are a lot more like the old Sly decks than they are red deck wins. And there is a Boros Reckoner.
It's pretty good, right?
It's the best wall. It's brutal when there's a creature that's both the best aggressive creature and best defensive creature. Because Dave has stopped the attack portion of the game.
When aggro decks play the creature because it's really good, and then other decks play it because it just beats aggro.
Well, that's what I hated about Thragtusk, where the mid-range decks all played it. Some of the aggro decks played it as a high end, and then the control decks all played it too.
What's that for? Wait, oh, this is just random.
What about the second Boros Reckoner? Hey.
Sorry.
What about the second Boros Reckoner? Is it better or worse than the first one?
I don't know if it made it any better.
Can he beat that?
Yeah, because he's got a lot of burn spells.
He's also only got 2 mana though. So.
Well, he's got another shock in his hand at least, so
it's gonna come slow.
Well, he's not going to win through attacking anymore, but until Garrett finds a Bloodlord or Blood Baron, which he does play 4 of. He plays 5 of them. He needs a 5th land, obviously. But until he finds a way to gain some life, he's in a precarious spot still. So it looks like we're going to see a...
and he only plays...
Hero's Downfall, maybe?
Non-basics. All his lands enter tapped.
There's a... Oh, I do not like that Thoughtseize. So, Lightning Strike in response. No, Magma Jet in response.
He took 1 too many lives.
You want to tell him he's at 6?
Garrett, you're at 6.
He didn't hear. Here you go. So, Lightning Strike, Shock, Fire Fist Striker. Whoops. That was pretty good.
Lightning Strike then, right?
Yeah, you have to. You're likely dead anyway, because Dave just got to scry 2 cards. Did you see if he left them on top or shoved them?
I think he left them on top.
What happened?
It's really the best suckers.
How does that happen?
Your blow pop didn't work out like you wanted it to?
Is it blow pop?
I don't know where they got this candy from.
It was the South Charleston homecoming parade right in front of the store before you got here.
I mean, I don't know where they bought the candy from. Look at the name of that.
Oh, they're from, I don't know, from Mexico it looks like. So Mizium Mortars turns into a Flame Javelin, doing 4 damage to a Fire Drink Crusader. What?
No, do you not know what that is?
Yes.
Okay.
So there is a Mutavault in the Fire Fist Striker that we knew about. We know there's a shock in Dave's hand, so Garrett's Life Total is effectively 4.
Awful white borderland.
I know, right? And 7th edition shocks, and they don't match.
Yeah.
It's not the kind of magic I approve of.
We know this Dave knows, so we know he put his deck together pretty fast and didn't actually search, or it would be a lot different.
And Dave also says he's playing Mountains because he forgot to buy Jaces before they shot up to $35 and he didn't want to buy them. So that's why he's on mono red.
That's about right.
I don't know. It's a good deck. So Garrett figuring out the math here. Unless Garrett does, unless he does some kind of removal spell, he's going to be able to trigger Battalion. One of the Reckoners can't block. He gets in for 4. He knows there's a shock in his hands. So rather than assume Dave Snow is not going to animate his Mutavault and attack, he's just going to move on to game 2 here. So red card's getting it done.
This is Garrett's favorite matchup.
Well, as I say, like especially this time of year, but just in general, if you show up to play a standard tournament and you can't beat the 20 mountain deck, like you either have to be like content to lose that matchup, or you need to prepare to play against it.
Or you could be a luck sack.
You could get really lucky.
Well, you've gotten both lucky and unlucky tonight. You got very lucky to beat Vickers, but you got very unlucky to have lost to Scott.
Why was it unlucky?
Huh?
Why was it unlucky?
Because you had like a million, cards in hand, and you had him dead on board, and he could have cast that lightning strike like 3 turns, and chose to do it at like pretty much the worst possible time, which is after you'd drawn your card. You drawn 3. He let you draw 3 extra cards.
That's true.
There's no reason in the last turn if he should upkeep it if he's going to do it. He shouldn't let you draw that card. But I don't know. I can't remember. Go back.
Yeah.
But I thought that was kind of unlucky because you did have like a billion cards in hand.
Yeah, I take out a lot of my counter spells though. So I mean, I figured I needed the Alpha Strike him then because he has a better chance of drawing any of I don't know, like 6 cards that could kill me on the spot than I do of drawing like my 1 dissolve I left in.
It is interesting that as the chat was mentioning that Dave won that game through 2 Reckoners.
Yeah.
He never attacked after that and still won. Well, he would have attacked on the last turn,
Garrett
obviously.
sided him out.
Reckoners? He barely knew her.
I don't even know how much he sideboards here.
He sideboard. He told us
I mean,
because we talked about this. He leaves. Yes, yeah, that's exactly right. And he said that before. He sides out on the play. He sides out 2 Rakdos Return and an Obsidat, and brings in a Mortars, a Dreadbore, and Flames of the Firebrand. Yeah. If he wins this game when he's on the play, or on the draw, he'll side out 3 Read the Bones and bring in the same cards.
Obsidat and 2 Rakdos Return.
Really? Rakdos Return?
I guess he just thinks it's better than Read the Bones in that spot. I think they're both awful.
Yeah, they're both bad, but I don't know. Dave's not gonna have a hand.
I don't know. Well, he might. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying I would do that. But the main thing we're talking about is he leaves the Thoughtseize in. We had a very long discussion about why you leave the Thoughtseize in.
Why's that? What
well, his
chances of getting like a lightning strike?
Well, his thought is that, well, at least what I think, is that you leave it in because it trades for, especially on the play, it trades for the best card in their hand. Yeah. And it often trades for a card that's going to do more than 2 damage over the course of the game anyway.
That's true.
I don't have a problem with Thoughtseize.
Especially if you're playing Chandras, I mean, he's got Here's Downfall and Dreadbore, but still, like, you're going to be using that on creatures majority of times.
What does
Dave's
Dave bring in?
Fast red, isn't he?
Dave brings in probably Burning Earth.
He has
Oh, yeah.
Burning Earth. Yeah, because, there's 0 basic lands in Garrett's list.
Probably brings in Sulfuric Vortex, probably Chain Lightning. Goblin Guides for sure.
Goblin Guides would be real good.
I didn't pick up that you were joking until you already named 2 cards.
2 cards. It's only until I said the most recent card.
Yeah.
The card that he actually played with.
After watching tonight's, I have decided to pick up an Elspeth and put it in my cube. The fat Elspeth.
You don't.
She's real good.
You already have. Do you have an idea, right?
Yeah.
I have something for you.
You do? Do you have a cool foil?
I do.
I still have that going in Laundra.
What?
I'd probably still want it.
Okay.
I'd forgotten
Which
about
means
it.
just sitting around.
Yeah.
Alright.
I might have a cool foil for you.
So Garrett's on the play trying to draw equal here in the quarterfinals. His red, white, black mid-range deck shifts into the control mode here against the mono-red deck of Dave Snow. Dave with the turn 1 Cackler to 2 Scry lands from Garrett. Are we going to see a young Pyromancer? That's the question. Pyromancer's the best 2-drop. No, we're just going to see all of these.
And he doesn't mean red, does he?
No.
Pretty scary.
He also doesn't.
So he doesn't have to worry about a turn 3 any of the gods.
I don't even think he plays any. Well, yeah, he does. Shit.
Switch 3.
I don't think he has a 3rd land. Oh, he does. It's a Guildgate. So attacking.
Is that a Guildgate?
Yeah, Rakdos Killgate. So attacking in for 6 here at a minimum. We might see a Doomblade or something here.
What's Doomblade gonna hit? The Fire Drinker? I guess that makes sense. Yeah, the Fire Drinker is the least one you want rid of.
Well, Palms. I think I would kill the fire
you would
drinkers
kill
too.
the fire drinker.
Like the portion where you would the kind of game where you would wait to burn it out for value. It's probably not something that's going to happen. Yeah, just get in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dropping Garrett all the way down to 11, and he'll be dead next turn. Yep. I think it's funny when that fire drinker got spoiled and people were like, "This card sucks." I'm like, it's just a fair.
It's not good. You just have to play it.
It is good. It's just narrow. It's a 2-1 for 1 that has a mana sink. Like, it's perfect.
The only
people just don't like things that damage themselves.
That's true.
But people play the heck out of Shock, which I think is funny.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem with it
is the art that looks like me.
Yeah, it looks pretty awful.
I can't argue with it. But I don't even really think it looks like me, but the day that they spoiled that, and I posted the spoiler on our Facebook page, everybody was like, this is a card's like you, but a magic card.
It's just got a beard like you.
It has a beard, in that way.
I think that's about it.
In that way, I made that joke earlier. In that way, Abe Lincoln and I are very similar people, too.
See, this is my big problem with all the guild gates, because right now, if he has a demon, he can't play it because he...
So Hero's Downfall.
Hero's Downfall on the drinker post-pump, so he's going to take 4. Dave's still going to take the 1 off the pump activation. But Garrett at least drawing alive here.
Well, the problem is if he has a Blood Baron...
he looks very good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, he plays plays 2 in the main. I forgot about it too. And there he finds his second red source. So we've got Anger open. We've got potential Blood Baron next turn. So Dave's going to be able to get in for 4 here if he wants to animate an attack.
But Dave does have a fistful of cards.
Yeah, he's done a lot of work off the back of 3 1-1 or 2 1s. We're just going to serve in for 4 here, knock Garrett down to 7,
Which I think's good.
and then play a Cackler and pass back. So
I like that, 'cause you want to force him to anger, you want to present lethal, right?
yeah, especially when you've got a Mutavault on board. Like you want him to basically tap low, use the sweeper that doesn't affect your man land, and go for it.
It's not lethal though.
Well, let's assume there's no burn spell. Bloodlord. Bloodlord is very good, so Garrett may be able to steal this one. As I don't think Dave has to side into mortars. Well, Dave brings in mortars, I think.
Yeah, I think he runs 3 or 4 mortars on the board.
Yeah.
And here it is.
Oh, so good. He's Dave Snow, man.
3.
Of course he has it. It's Dave Snow, man.
Does he have the lightning strike?
Dave Snow hasn't lost since the Truman administration. Dave Snow went 4-0 in the drive over here.
Alright, mortars, the Cackler.
I just got funny, Dave.
Red
I just got funny Dave Snow jokes. So this line forces Dave to not have a burn spell, which we know he does.
Is burning
Oh. 2 for it.
Lightning strike is good enough. So it'd be interesting to see if that game would have been different had Garrett drawn.
I don't want to tell Garrett he lost.
I don't want to tell Garrett.
I'm not going to tell Garrett that. He pretty much built his deck to beat this matchup, so I'm not going to do that.
I mean, it's a game of variance. I mean, he drew a lot of removal, but
And Onslaught.
beat down box set.
Yep.
That's a good name for a rap group.
Beatdown box set.
The beat down box set.
Featuring 2 chains.
Everything's featuring 2
I feel
chains.
like Future's in there somewhere, right?
2 chains got about 2 chains and 0 talent.
You guys made Yen sad.
He always does that when he does a 6. He lost to Dave in game 2 because he kept a 2 swamp, all removal hand, and never drew another land. Just lost to just like 2 1s. Alright, so we're back into the action here. These guys also in the quarters. Yen won the first one, Joseph equalized the second one, and they're playing game 3 under our feature match camera. Yen's going to send a... Well, Yen's going to...
chained to the rocks.
Yen's going to send a quick text to his mom. Going to borrow some paper to write it down. You could just leave them up. It is FNM. Elspeth, Stormbreath Dragon chained to the rocks, Aurelia's Fury, Mountain, and Sacred Foundry. So pretty good when it gets the control deck, I figure. You take the dragon.
Right?
Ooh, he took the removal spell.
He's probably...
He sides into, like, it's a big Boros deck. Like, it's weird. It has, like, It has Ash Zealots and Chandra's Phoenixes, but it also has like the 5-drops and then can side into this like Planeswalker package. I think the Elspeth is sideboard card.
Playing 2 in the main.
Yeah, you're playing the Pyromancer version, right? Spell happy. Do you just have 2 of the one?
Just hear Ian just yell obscenities when the Reckoner comes down.
I didn't hear.
I don't know his spell anymore.
I was too busy looking at.
Well, he does know that Joseph just drew the Reckoner because it wasn't off the thought stage.
Okay.
So we're going to see an Ash Zealot come down.
That's not smart. What am I doing?
He's going to serve under the Reckoner.
You don't want to?
Yin's just going to take it because he would trade his demon with it. There's a chance that Yin can race with the demon, I guess, but
Yeah.
Well, not if he draws a land, he's got a dragon next turn, right? That
Yes.
race is over quick.
I think Ian probably has an answer for it since he didn't take it.
well, I think he had to take the chain because of
So
he was on the demon plan. It's very interesting because this deck like has a billion removal spells, very much the control deck, but also plays like a 6-power 4-drop.
Yeah, he's Aurelius Fruit.
Boom. Can't attack anymore.
Pretty good against Reckoner, I guess.
It's pretty good against Joseph's deck.
His what?
Lifelink's pretty good, right?
Don't. I already have to deal with one grown man making those jokes.
I'm not a grown man.
Close enough. I'm going to save that soundbite and then play it for you for the rest of your life.
What?
I'm not a grown man.
Oh shit. Please don't.
I'm not in high school anymore.
Yeah, I'm not in high
I'm
school.
a big boy. I have my own car.
I might own mommy's old car.
I went to.
Silly.
If I want to go to McDonald's after this, I can. I have my own car, my own money.
Actually, I don't have my own money.
Gotta give me money when I go to McDonald's.
He wouldn't give me gas money to get home last week, so I had to use like the last $3 I had in my checking account to run on fumes to get home. It's brotherly love.
Did your parents give you money to get back?
Huh?
Are you back?
Why did I? What tonight?
How'd you get here?
He has to live here tonight.
I'm so confused.
He's just going to
That was
sleep in
last
the broom
week.
closet.
Yeah, I've got money.
That's one thing people don't know about Lost Legion. We also have it's a hostel in the back.
Poor Magic players.
Sleep. They wouldn't even notice me back here if I just hid behind all that.
They probably wouldn't.
Not saying I'd want to,
It's
because
like JV's locked up a time or two with people still in here.
cutouts would scare the shit out of me.
That'd be kind of fun.
Crap out of me.
What are we waiting on here? Don't you just attack with the Blood Baron?
Is it Yen-shyang?
Yeah,
It's
attack
the
the demon.
combat.
You can't get into combat with an Ash Zealot. You just lose it to too many spells.
Any burn spell. I don't know why.
Taking 2 is not a deal.
What are we doing? We're in Joseph's turn?
Looks
No,
like it.
I think he's in combat right now.
You don't sack anything.
It's not just
No.
Ian's turn, because Ian untapped his own Ian.
Dave, what's the correct answer here?
It's Yen's combat.
This guy's turn not doing anything.
Yes.
This is never right. You should.
Well, right now it's
At what
Ian's
point?
turn.
At what point in the game do you pick up a stuffed animal and then bring it on the
I would probably sack
battlefield?
the poor
Turn
ring.
7.
Turn 7. Turn 7's when I go for my Care Bears.
Is that what you do there?
No,
A Reckoner to tap
What's-
the Desperation Demon?
No.
no, because if you draw mortars at some point,
Why is he
The race is
valuing the Ash Zealot so much?
Is that any burn
'Cause
spell
it has-
kills it?
it has first strike, so there's a chance he could. There's a
Right.
chance he can
Out
block
the-
and burn.
Okay.
Like Magma Jet and Ash Zealot killed Blood Baron.
I mean, you
It
can
doesn't matter. He has another
burst.
demon now.
Boros recognized first strike too.
He has a symbol of Legion. That'll be great in this spot.
That's it. That's what I was thinking has to be his plan is to not die and play a symbol of the Legion.
He just-
deal with the.
But he just drew it.
You gotta have a plan.
The plan is to draw cards you can't cast and hope you don't die.
So we got 4.
4 lands, he's got, what, 2 5-drops and a 6-drop in his hand?
Like the
Oh, and then
the
really
upkeeping Aurelius Fury, like that should have happened before now if that was your plan. Does it tap the creatures when you do the damage to it?
Taps.
So do.
You can't do it to Blood Baron.
No. Do you have to
He's
do
just
one? Do
champing
you have to
up.
do one to Yen so he can't cast spells? It's like, do you have to do one damage before it will trigger?
Is it you can't cast non-creature spells?
To the MTG bot.
Can't cast
You
non-creature
guys can read
spells.
that. You guys read that and let us know what it is.
Yep, you can cast creatures if you want to.
Show what to do
You can play Beta Swamp if you want to as well.
I'll stick to 4th edition.
Stick to 4th edition. See, I have an affinity to 4th edition cards because that's what I like learned to play with. So like all my swords, all my lightning bolts, like I have Rung Delver, I have like all the fetches foiled, the Delvers foiled, Snapcasters foiled, that play with white bordered lightning bolts.
I can get behind that.
Because those are my lightning bolts. I've had those for 15 years, you know what I mean? Is it 15? No, 20 years. But like, I can't get behind these white border shocks.
No.
I'll be playing the stronghold ones.
You guys are silly.
You're silly.
No, I play the Ice Age art.
Mo McKee would never play with
cold
them.
snap cards.
Where do you think I got him from?
Or Dave, you
Were they just
probably
the
going to
first
want to
word?
play.
No, I actually looked through my cards last night on white border shots.
I'm sorry.
We are. This is the state of the economy in West Virginia. We have to play with white border shocks.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama. Government shut down. Dave Snow has to play with a 6th edition shock. You can catch Dave opening up for the Beatdown box set later this week. Somewhere. Ultimate price on the only thing he can kill with it.
I got it.
Embarrassment.
White deck.
No, I played against my friend against Blue White deck, but I mulled to 4 in game 1 before I saw it. And then I just got manhandled in game 2. He just had the verdict.
All right.
Versus Revelation.
Yen gets theirs. Joseph accusing him of being the still had all these guy.
But he's running like